Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Miss Ring's class this morning. All right, let's get started with our morning message. Good morning. How many stars do you see? Oh, look real close. Let me get my board real close to the camera for you so you can count those for me. Count them. Ooh, if you got 13, give me a thumbs up. Okay, if you didn't get 13, give me a thumbs down. All right, let's go back and touch. I'm actually going to circle each one of these since they're in black and I'm using a black marker. So let's circle them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Very good. You should have gotten 13. If you didn't, well, let's go back and count them one more time. Go back and count them one more time and see if you can get 13 this time. All right. I need to write 13 on the line. Can you help me write that? What two digits make up the number 13? A 1 and a 3. Very good. Which number comes in front? Does the 1 come first or the 3? The 1. And it's real important that we write that 1 first and we write it in the front. If we write the 3 first, that becomes number 31. Are there 31 stars? No. So 13, a 1 and a 3. Very good. Let's write the letter F. Okay, we're going to write. So before we write, we have to sing our song. Remember, we always start our letters at the top. Sing it with me. Always start your letters at the top. Always start your letters at the top. If you want to write a letter, then you better remember to start it at the top. Good job. Excellent job singing with me this morning. All right, so let's write that letter F. Okay, so we're going to start just like we made the E. We're going to start at that top line, and we're going to dive down. We're going to frog jump back to the top. We're going to make a line at the top and then make a little line in the middle, and then we're going to stop. So it's just like the capital E that we made yesterday, except for it doesn't have the line at the bottom. Okay, so here we go. Let's do it one more time. Start at the top line, dive down, frog jump to the top, cross at the top, make a little line in the middle. Good job. Okay, I'm going to write it. Write with me. Either write on paper with pencil or write on a board with marker or just air write it in the air. Here we go. Start at the top line. We're going to dive down, frog jump, line at the top, line in the middle. Good job. Next one, start at the top, dive down, frog jump, line at the top, line in the middle. Good job. One more. You can do it. Start at the top, dive down to the bottom line, frog jump to the top, make your line at the top and a little line in the middle. Good job. All right, now for our lowercase f, it does also start at the top line, but it starts just a little bit below the top line. Okay, and we're going to make a candy cane. We're going to candy cane all the way down to the bottom line. Okay, so do that with me. We're going to start right here. We're going to candy cane all the way down to the bottom line. And then we're going to make a cross in the middle. Cross it like a T in the middle. Ready? Start at the top. Candy cane it to the bottom. Cross in the middle. One more time. Start just a little bit below that top line and go top, touch the top line and then candy cane to the bottom, cross in the middle. Good job. All right, practice with me. Here we go. We're going to start a little bit below. We're going to candy cane touch that top and candy cane to the bottom and cross in the middle. Good job. Let's do again the next one. Start a little bit below, candy cane to the bottom and then cross in the middle. Last one. Start right there where that black dot is. We're going to go up and then candy cane to the bottom, cross in the middle. Good job. Excellent writing. Have a tremendous day. What do you think that word tremendous means? Think about our morning message every day and what we write at the end. And then think about what tremendous would mean. Right. Tremendous is another word for like have an excellent, have a marvelous, have a wonderful day. Tremendous. Excellent job, boys and girls. Okay, let's practice more sight words today. Let's see if you can beat me. I'm going to say them, but I want to see if you can beat me to it and say it before I can. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Of. What. Words. Had. From. this, but, by, or, have, how, many, she, when, all, do, there, your, were, 10. You did a great job reading those words today, boys and girls. I'm so proud of you. All right. We have another fun book today. We're going to read The Princess and the Pig. And this story is super funny. It's really cute. Okay, so be a good listener. And remember our flat books that we've made the last couple of days with beginning, middle, end. And I want you to think about what happened at the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, and the end of the story. And then you're going to draw it on your flat book under the beginning, the middle, and the end. Okay? So here we go. All right, we have The Princess and the Pig by Jonathan Emmett and Polly Bernatine. Sorry. All right. There's a title page. And these words are really small. You can see all these little words. So be a good listener. Not that long ago, in a kingdom not far from here, a farmer was traveling home from the market with a cartload of straw. The farmer was so poor that he didn't have a horse and had to pull his own cart. In the back of the cart lay a tiny pink piglet. Nobody wanted to buy the piglet at the market, but the farmer had taken pity on it. I'll call you Pig Mela, he decided, as this seemed like a good name for a pig. It was a hot day, and the farmer stopped to rest in the shade of a great castle. Far, far above him, on a high balcony, a queen was inspecting her new baby daughter. The queen was so rich that she had 7 nannies and didn't have to look after her own child. The queen picked the baby out of her cradle and held her at arm's length. I'll call it Priscilla, she decided, as this seemed like a good name for a princess. Princess Priscilla. A moment later, a wet, squelching noise came from the baby's diaper, closely followed by an awful smell. Yuck! Shrieked the queen, dropping the baby and running off to find the royal nannies. She left so quickly that she didn't notice she had dropped the baby over the edge of the balcony. Ooh, I want you to stop for just a minute. We're going to stop. I want you to think. And then I want you to tell me what you think is going to happen. Oh my, what do you think is going to happen? All right, good. I heard some good thoughts there. Let's see. Down, down, down went the baby into the farmer's cart. Up, up, up went the piglet into the princess's cradle. When the queen returned and found the piglet lying where the baby should have been, she let out an even louder shriek and fainted into the nanny's arms. The king thought he knew what had happened. A bad fairy has done this, he explained. The fairy wasn't invited to the princess's christening, so she's turned the baby into a piglet to get her revenge. It's the sort of thing that happens all the time in books, such as in Sleeping Beauty. Meanwhile, the farmer had returned home and was surprised to discover a baby girl lying where the piglet should have been. The farmer's wife thought she knew what had happened. A good fairy has done this, she explained. The fairy knew how poor the honest and honest we were, and how badly we wanted a child. So she turned the piglet into a baby. It's the sort of thing that happens all the time in books. And down here, they're holding a book. And I can't even see what the book says. I think it's Cinderella, though, where they change, the people into animals. Okay. And so, without a second thought, the baby became Pig Mela, the farmer's daughter, and the piglet became Priscilla, the royal princess. It wasn't long before Pig Mela was able to eat, walk, and get dressed all by herself, and the farmer and his wife soon forgot that she had ever been a pig. Things were not so easy for Priscilla. Oh, look at all that. Oh, it's a mess. She's making a mess everywhere. But the king and queen never let anyone forget that she was really a princess. As Pig Mela grew older, she grew smarter and beautiful and was admired by everyone she met. As Priscilla grew older, she grew not so smart and not so beautiful and was avoided by everyone she met. Then one day the farmer's wife overheard some of the castle servants talking about the princess who had turned into a pig. It's just like what happened to Pig Mela, she told her husband, only the other way around. The farmer soon guessed what had happened. The princess and the pig must have swapped places somehow, he explained. It's the sort of thing that happens all the time in books, such as The Prince and the Pauper. The poor farmer and his wife were very unhappy. They loved Pig Mela, but they knew they must return her to her rightful home. Look, there she is out there swinging. Pig Mela was also unhappy. She loved the farmer and his wife and did not want to live with anyone else. But they were an honest family. So the next day, they all went to the castle to see the king and queen. They did go see a pig too, though, didn't they? The king and queen listened to the farmer's story. But they didn't believe it. What nonsense, cried the queen. Ridiculous, the king laughed. This girl may be smart and beautiful, but she does not look or speak like a real princess. The queen thought she knew what was happening. It's a trick, she declared. This girl is just a farmer's daughter pretending to be a princess so that she can marry a prince. It's the sort of thing that happens all the time in books, such as Puss in Boots. And so Pig Mela returned home with the farmer and his wife, where she married a young shepherd and lived happily ever after and never once wished that she'd been a princess. And Priscilla also got married to a handsome prince, although he had to be talked into it. Priscilla was changed into a pig by a bad fairy, the king explained. But once you kiss her, the spell will be broken, and she will turn back into a beautiful princess, added the queen. It's the sort of thing that happens all the time in books, they assured him, such as The Frog Prince. But unfortunately for the prince, it's not the sort of thing that happens in this particular book. Uh-oh. Did the pig turn back into a princess? No. Oh my goodness. That's so funny. So silly. Okay. So think about the beginning, the middle, and the end of the book for just a minute. All right. So at the beginning of the story, we met the farmer and the queen, and the farmer had a pig, and the queen had the princess, right? And they swapped. Oh my goodness. Yes. So in the middle of the story, we have the baby is dropped. The pig goes up, and they become they live each other's lives. And so they grow up, and the princess, the pig, is not pretty, is not smart, is making a mess everywhere. And then Pig Mela, who lives with the farmer and his wife, she is beautiful and she's smart and everyone just loves her. And then one day the farmer's wife overhears someone talking about what happened to the princess, that she became a pig, that she was turned into a pig by a bad fairy. So she goes home and tells her husband. And then the farmer and his wife decide that they need to go and return Pig Mela to the king and queen. So they go and talk to them, and they don't believe them. They think that's crazy. So at the end of the story, they go back to the way they were living. Pig Mela gets married to a shepherd, and they live happily ever after. And Priscilla, the pig, gets married to a handsome prince, and he's told that she's going to turn back into a pretty princess when he kisses her, and that doesn't happen. So he's just married to a pig. Oh my goodness. Beginning, middle, end. Very good. And then you can use that organizer to help you write about the story. Okay? Remember, it's important that we write every single day. So we need to be writing. So you can write about this story, or you can just write about something about another book that you read, okay? Or just write about the favorite part of this story. There's a lot going on in that story. So what's your favorite part and why? All right. Our math today. Yesterday we learned about a penny. So today we're going to learn about the nickel. Okay, so here's our nickel. So we have the nickel, and this is what it looks like. It's kind of a medium size. Okay, we have a dime that we'll talk about tomorrow, and a dime is the smallest, and then the quarter is the biggest, but the nickel's kind of in between. And it says, nickel, nickel, thick and flat, you're worth 5 cents. I know that. Okay, so let's read it. Nickel, nickel, thick and flat, you're worth 5 cents. I know that. Okay. So this is called a nickel, right? And a nickel is worth how many? 5 cents. So when I see a nickel, I'm going to count by 5. So up here I would go 5, 10. Just like when we count by 5. So let's practice counting by 5s before we do our nickels page. Ready? Here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. And when we're counting money and we get to 100, that's $1. Okay, so all right, we're going to do our nickel page. And every time we see a nickel, we're going to count by 5s. Okay, so let's see. Here's our nickel page. All right, looking right here. Okay. So we're going to start, and let's count how many we see first. We see 1, 2, 3. Okay, there are 3. We have 3 nickels. So let's see how much those 3 nickels are worth. Let's count by 5s. Here we go. 5, 10, 15. And I'm going to write those numbers on the coins. Whoops. 5, 10, 15. Because I'm counting by 5s. So my answer is how much money do I have? I have 15 cents. Very good. Okay, the next one. Let's just count how many nickels we have. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 nickels. Okay, but that's not 6 cents because each nickel is worth 5 cents. So let's count by 5s. Here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Very good. So how many cents do I have? How much money? I have 30 cents. Very good. 30 cents. Excellent job. All right, it makes it a little easier if we write the amount on top of it right now, just while we're learning, because that way we can really keep track of how much we have. Okay, so let's count how many nickels we have. Oh, let me raise it up for you. Let's count how many nickels we have at the bottom. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9. 9 nickels. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a lot of money. Let's count it by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So I have how much money? Very good. I have 45 cents. Wow. You are so super smart. So remember, when we have a nickel is worth 5 cents. Let's do our poem one more time. Here we go. Nickel, nickel, thick and flat. You're worth 5 cents. I know that. All right, so a nickel is worth 5 cents. So let's practice counting by fives one more time before we go today, okay? So you can get super good at that. Ready? Here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. And remember, when we're counting money and we get to 100, that's equal to $1. All right, so yesterday I asked you to find all the change you can find in your house and to separate it into the pennies that are that copper brown color and all of the others that are all silver, because the rest of the coins are all this color, this silver color, okay? So now I want you to see if you can find the nickels. You may have to have somebody help you identify the nickels, okay? This is the head of the nickel, and this is the tail of the nickel. So the top part and the bottom, heads and tails, okay? So have somebody help you separate out all those nickels and then see how many nickels you have and see how much money you have in nickels. Remember, when we're working with nickels, we count by fives. Great job. Have a wonderful day. Remember, play outside and write. Have a great afternoon. Bye.